Oh God, my back hurts. Oh. Welcome to pregnancy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's time for yet another pregnancy update. Today is weeks 21 and 22, so if you want to find out how my recent weeks have gone, then just keep watching. Assuming that baby comes on time, we are officially on the downhill stretch now. We have surpassed the halfway mark and we are on the downhill. Actually, what is today? Today is the 17th when I'm filming this. So tomorrow is exactly 4 months until his due date, which sounds like a long time, but at the same time sounds like not a very long time. Like in the span of time, it doesn't sound that long, but in the span of how uncomfortable I felt the last few weeks and knowing that it's just gonna get worse and I still have 4 months to go sounds like a long time. I'm starting to feel like things are not slowing down. I've said this whole time that the pregnancy's gone by super fast. I still feel like it's going by fast, but I feel like I'm starting to understand now more of like it feeling slower and like starting to get to the point where I'm like, okay, I can see how I could be ready like to have the baby, if that makes sense. So anyways, as always, let's start out with some stats on size of the baby and all of that stuff for weeks 21 and 22. Week 21, the baby was as big as an endive, which I learned in a job of mine that it's not endive, it's supposed to be pronounced endive. So the baby is the size of that, which is such a random vegetable. In week 21, he was approximately 10.5 inches and 12.7 ounces. And then in week 22, he went up to 10.9 inches and 15.1 ounces. So he gained like 3 ounces in a week. Oh, and in week 22, he's as big as a coconut. He's definitely feeling big inside of me. So according to this app, I use the Bump app, at week 22, the baby has got more developed eyes and lips and is looking more and more like a newborn. This says that the baby is sleeping in cycles about 12 to 14 hours per day, but I feel movements a lot. So either he's moving in his sleep or my baby does not sleep that long. So as far as symptoms go, last week I was talking about how I was having a lot of indigestion and gas pain and the starting of some heartburn. The past 2 weeks, that's been better. I haven't had too much of that, so that's good. My main new-ish symptoms in these past 2 weeks has just been the fact that I'm getting more and more uncomfortable. I've been having a lot more lower back pain, like around my tailbone area. It just seems to ache a lot now as I've gotten bigger. Actually, what the app said this week to expect, or for week 22, is pretty much what I've been experiencing. So it said back aches due to extra pressure from baby, which definitely feeling that a lot. It said trouble catching your breath as baby continues to crowd your lungs, which I have really noticed started happening the last 2 weeks. Is certain positions, it's a lot harder to breathe. And I've definitely noticed that laying in certain positions and even sitting on the couch in certain positions, that it's like a lot harder to breathe. So I have to like sit up and like even sitting just like normal, like where my boobs are hitting my belly, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like hard to breathe when they touch. So I've been like sitting like up and like leaning back, and I feel like that's the best way for me to get breath. It's weird. Everything's just getting more crunched and crowded in there, and I've definitely been feeling that a lot. Speaking of crunched and crowded, he is now big enough to where when I've only noticed it, I think, laying down, but when I'm like in bed laying down on my side, that now I think it's his feet can kick my ribs. The very bottom of my ribs, he is able to get there. So those aren't always fun. That is like kind of like when he does it, it's like, oh, that and the bladder punches. Bladder punches have been happening a lot the last 2 weeks. I never really have touched on like having to pee a lot. I think it's just everybody's pregnant thing is kind of what you expect. Like, yes, I have to pee a lot more often than I used to. And especially if I like have to pee and then he punches my bladder, let me tell you, it is the weirdest feeling to have your bladder be hit from the inside. Like, that is probably my least favorite spot to be kicked. I take the ribs over that. So rib kicks and bladder punches are definitely happening on the regular now. I think I've said before that I can see movements like with my eyeballs on my belly, and that's happening more often. My app also said to expect leg cramps and leg pains, which I hadn't had. It said that a couple times throughout the updates, like week by week, that might be something to expect, and I haven't had it at all until yesterday. I had my first bout of leg cramping, leg pain, and it was not very fun. So I'm hoping that that's not something that happens too frequently, because that on top of my back hurting, I was just like, this is not comfortable right now. And then one other thing, which it's funny that it says this, I swear the app was like me to a T this week, is hair growth in strange places. So with PCOS, which I have if you're new to my channel, hair growth is like already a thing I'm used to, but this is different during pregnancy. It's like all of a sudden I have peach fuzz hair everywhere. It's all over me in the weirdest places, and it's all of a sudden just sprouted up. I'm like, can my actual hair grow? That would be really cool if my actual hair could grow and not just random hairs all over my body. It's so weird. Pregnancy is so weird. It's just like, why does my body do so many crazy things? And that's really it for new symptoms. Like, I haven't had much new aside from the leg pain, the trouble breathing, and some more back pain. Everything else is pretty much the same. Oh, no. A symptom is back. My nausea is back. It's been back the last 2 weeks, pretty bad. Weeks 5 through 8, I had it the worst. That was horrible. It was all day constant. And then I felt better for like a while, and I seem to remember in my week 16 or so update, I had said that my nausea had come back again pretty strongly. And then the last few updates I've said I've been feeling so much better. I like went weeks feeling better, and then all of a sudden it's back again. I don't know if it's just my hormones are going crazy at certain times during pregnancy and it's making it worse, but it's been back. Thankfully, I've still been like able to eat and stuff because my appetite is still there, but I'm still nauseous as well, which is weird. Like I said last time too, I'm a lot more hungry. I've noticed that I'm getting to the point now where I can only eat a little bit at a time, like, because things are a lot more squished in there. So I can't really eat a big meal, but I'm then eating like all day long. So I'm just eating small things pretty much throughout the day. And other than that, I think that's it. Last time I touched on my anxiety, I think by the time you're watching this, I did post a video more in depth about my anxiety. That's still a thing I'm dealing with. It is better than in the last update though. We're officially making moves on the nursery this weekend that I'm filming this. We're starting to organize and move things out because it is currently a guest room, which like no one stays there. So essentially that room is like my Monica Geller from Friends hidden closet, messy closet. It's a storage room. Ben uses it as a closet. Like, it's like this room that just doesn't exist. And so now we have to make it exist. So we're working on this weekend starting to clear that out. I've made a design board for the nursery because I'm that weird. That's like my wedding planning past coming out. I made a design board for the nursery. Maybe I'll make a video sharing that with you guys because I'm definitely not going to be like super secretive on the nursery. I know I've said that we might be moving. That's still up in the air, and I've decided to just go ahead and do the nursery even if we're moving because it would make me feel better to have things set and like going in there, even if he doesn't wind up sleeping in his crib while we live here. Like, it just will make me feel better to have everything set up and like designed the way I want it. So we are moving forward doing the nursery. That process is finally starting, and that's really exciting. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Stay tuned to the very end and I'll show you guys the belly. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you'd like to see a nursery design plan video. It wouldn't be super long. I would just like show you guys my plans. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Definitely looking a lot rounder. One other symptom, belly button has officially like kind of popped out in certain angles. Still no stretch marks though, so that's good. We are... I always do weird things with my hands. Hold on. Oh, I thought I had to burp.